Black made a move. Rook a3. Pause the video to figure out white's next move. On c7. White considers playing. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check. King f6. Queen f8 check. King g5. Queen g7 check. King f5. Queen g6 check. King f4. Queen g4 mate and gain a significant edge. Rook a8 played by black. Knight c6. White is preparing to play. Knight b8. King g4. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check and sees the initiative. King g4 move preferred by black. Knight e7. King f4. Pawn promotes to queen at c8. White intends to play queen takes a8 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook takes c8 played by black. Knight takes c8. King f5. Black is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. White played King d4. Pause the video to spot black's next move. On h4. Knight h6. On h3. Black is looking to play. On h2. King c5. Pawn promotes to queen at h1 and gain a significant edge. Knight g4 played by white. King f5. Knight e3 check. King takes f4. Knight c4. On h2. Knight e5. Pawn promotes to queen at h1. Knight d3 check. White is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. White just played Rook g1. Pause the video to find out black's response. White is looking to play Knight c3. Rook b e8. Knight takes e4 and take decisive advantage. Rook b5 move preferred by black. Black intends to play queen takes h2 check. King takes h2. Rook h5 mate and increase their advantage significantly. Queen 4 move preferred by white. White is aiming to play Knight a3. Rook a8. Queen takes b5 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn c6 played by black. Black considers playing queen takes h2 check. King takes h2. Rook h5 mate and increase their advantage significantly. Queen takes b5 played by white. Pawn takes b5. On d3. On h5. Black is planning to play on h4. Bishop h6. Pawn takes g3. Rook takes g3. Bishop takes g3. Pawn takes g3. Queen g2 mate and seize the initiative. Bishop f4 played by white. On e3. Black intends to play pawn takes f2 and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn takes e3 move preferred by white. On f2. Black wants to play bishop takes f4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight c3 was chosen by white. Pawn promotes to rook at fx g1 check. Rook takes g1. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. White played Rook b6. Pause the video to find out black's response. White might go for rook takes d6 and gain a significant edge. Rook e7 played by black. Black intends to play rook h7 mate and take decisive advantage. King h6 move preferred by white. Bishop g8. Black considers playing rook h7 mate and take decisive advantage. Bishop g7 played by white. Rook e6 check. King h5. Bishop f7 check. King h4. White wants to play rook takes b7 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook g6 move preferred by black. On h3. Rook takes g7. On takes g4 check. Rook takes g4 check. King h3. White is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. White played rook takes b1. Pause the video to find out black's response. Queen takes c3 check. King d1. Rook d8. Black is preparing to play. King c7 check. King e2. Rook d2 check. King f3. On e4 check. King g4. Queen takes h8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King e2 move preferred by white. Queen c2 check. King f3. Queen f5 check. King g3. Queen g6 check. King h3. Knight f6. Queen takes f6 check. Queen takes f6. Rook d1 check. Black has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White just played rook takes f3. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. White considers playing rook f4. King d6. On h6. King c7. On h7. King b6. On promotes to queen at h8 and dominate the board. On takes f3 move preferred by black. On g4. On b6. Black wants to play. On a5. On b5. On takes b5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King h3 move preferred by white. On the 5. King g3. On takes b4. King takes f3. On b3. Black is planning to play. On b2. King f4. On promotes to queen at b1 and dominate the board. On h6 played by white. King f7. Black is preparing to play. On b2. King f4. On promotes to queen at b1 and increase their advantage significantly. King f4 move preferred by white. On b2. King e5. On promotes to queen at b1. King d6. White is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook f2. Pause the video to figure out black's next move. Bishop takes g3. On takes g3. Queen takes g3 check. Bishop g2. Rook a e8. Rook takes f8 check. Rook takes f8. Queen g5. Queen f2 check. King h2. White is setting up to play king takes h3 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop takes g2 was chosen by black. Queen g3. Bishop takes d5 check. Queen takes f2. Rook takes f2 check. King g3. Black has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. Black just played rook c5. Pause the video to figure out white's next move. Black wants to play rook takes c1 and establish a winning position. Rook takes c5 was chosen by white. On takes c5. On g4. King b7. On h4. King c6. On g5. White is aiming to play pawn takes h6 and dominate the board. On takes g5 was chosen by black. On h5. On takes f4 check. King takes f4. King d6. Black is looking to play king e7. King e3. King f7. King f4. King g7. King e4. On c4. King d4. King h6, and put immense pressure on the opponent. On h6 played by white. King d5. King e3. On f5. On h7. On e5. On promotes to queen at h8. White is planning to play queen d8 check. King e6. Queen e8 check. King d6. King d3. On e4 check. King c4. On e3. Queen takes e3 and dominate the board. On c4 white has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Rook takes c1. Pause the video to find out white's response. Knight a6. White considers playing, pawn promotes to queen at 8 check, and sees the initiative. Rook takes a 6 move preferred by black. Rook f6 check. King b7. Black is looking to play rook takes f6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook takes a 6 played by white. King a8. Rook takes h6. King takes a 7. Rook h5. White is aiming to play rook takes g5 and secure a stronghold in the game. On g4 was chosen by black. On h4. White is preparing to play rook b5. King a6. Rook b4. Rook d1. King g3 and sees the initiative. King b7 played by black. Rook g5. White's idea is to play on h5. On g3 check. King takes g3. King c6. King g4. King d6. On h6. King e6. King h5 and establish a winning position. Rook c4 move preferred by black. On h5. White intends to play on h6. Rook c8. On h7. Rook h8. Rook g7 check. King c6. King g3. King d5. King takes g4 and dominate the board. Rook c6 was chosen by black. Rook g6. White is setting up to play rook takes c6. King takes c6. King g3. King d6. King takes g4 and establish a winning position. Rook c8 played by black. On h6. White is looking to play rook g7 check. King c6. On h7. Rook h8. King g3. King d5. King takes g4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King c7 played by black. King g3. White intends to play on h7. Rook a8. King takes g4. King d7. King g5 and establish a winning position. King d7 move preferred by black. King takes g4. King e7. White has a strong upper hand. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Bishop takes e4. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. Black is aiming to play bishop takes g2 and dominate the board. King takes e4 was chosen by white. On the 5. On h3. King g5. King takes e5. King h4. King takes e6. King g3. King f5. King takes g2. On h4. White is looking to play King g6. King f2. King takes h6 and establish a winning position. King f3 was chosen by black. King g6. King e4. King takes h6. King d3. On h5. King takes c3. King g5. King b2. On h6. King takes a3. On h7. King takes b4. On promotes to queen at h8. White is preparing to play. Queen b2 check. King c4. King f5. King d3. King e5 and gain a significant edge. King c4. White is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game.